Welcome to this new video on Forza Horizon 6, where I'm bringing you some gameplay with the very first paid DLC car in Forza Horizon 6. It's this one, the Nissan R32 Group A, not to be confused with the regular R32, which is also in the game, because this is a racing version, a version that's going to be much faster. It has a special body kit and some pretty cool little details like the exhaust pipes on the side. Also, the fact that it's completely stripped out, like inside, there's only the bare essentials left to save weight and make the car even faster. And it's also a car that's much more powerful than the standard R32, since this one has 600 horsepower after all. So it's a real race car that actually existed, which was added to Horizon 6 with its real livery, its real body kit, and its real technical specifications. For your information, this car is the first paid DLC car in the game, the first one from the Car Pass. Let me remind you of the concept. On Forza Horizon 6, there are 32 cars that will be added to the game at the rate of one per week every Thursday, except for this week when it was exceptionally on Tuesday to celebrate the official release of the game. Next week, the Koenigsegg Gemera will arrive, which I believe is among the most anticipated cars in Forza Horizon 6. And all these cars are paid DLC cars, since the Car Pass is a paid DLC. And this is really, I think, something new in this Forza Horizon. And this time it's reserved for those who have either the Deluxe edition of the game, the Premium edition, or the base game with the Premium upgrade. But the Car Pass can't be purchased separately, unlike in Forza Horizon 5 where you could just buy the Car Pass if you only wanted that DLC. Well, that's not possible here. So if you want one of these cars, like the one we're going to test today or the Koenigsegg Gemera next week, you'll have to buy either the Deluxe edition, the Premium edition, or upgrade your game by purchasing the Premium upgrade. If you want to get all this a bit cheaper, I'll share my instant gaming link in the comments in English. You can save 40 euros on the Premium edition of Horizon 6, or about 20 euros on the Premium upgrade. I'll put the link for you. It can save you quite a bit of money and it supports my channel at the same time. So, since it's still a pretty high-performance car, it's in the S2 category after all. So, let's say it's the third highest car class in the game. We're going to test it on the Top Gear and Equinox circuits. That way, we'll see if it's really a fast car, if it's actually worth buying, or if, let's say, it's just a cool car for the collection. So here, we're starting out with a completely stock car, a car with four-wheel drive that actually makes 600 horsepower from a six-cylinder engine. I think it's supposed to be 2.6 liters, but I'm not sure if it stayed at 2.6 liters in this racing version. It might be a slightly bigger version. And it's a car that's worth 1,500,000 credits. Still, because you should know that when you buy the Car Pass on Horizon 6, the first copy of the car is given to you for free. So this one, I didn't pay for it. For example, if I wanted a second one in my collection to make a second car, with a different setup or a different configuration or something, this time, you have to pay for them with in-game credits, and it actually costs 1,500,000, so it's not cheap. For your information, the car does 0 to 100 in 2.5 seconds, and its top speed is 320 km/h. And it's a four-wheel drive car, so it's a car that already has a very, very good base, and on top of that, it's quite light. I don't want to tell you anything wrong, but I think it weighs around 1,300 kg, which for a car with 600 horsepower is obviously quite light. However, it doesn't have a 6-speed gearbox. We can improve that later by installing a gearbox with more gears. I'll show you the interior, which really looks like a race car, and the sound too. You can really hear the transmission. At first glance, the car is very maneuverable, and it brakes very hard especially. That's what's really impressive. The handling seems to be pretty good, but the top speed is average. I think it's pretty clear that you can easily find cars in Forza Horizon 6 that go much faster than this. On the other hand, it does have good acceleration, very good handling, and it's very easy to drive. At first glance, it's not a car that's going to betray you. It's not a car that's going to require you to really work to drive it. A really long time to master it and to really get good lap times. And on top of that, honestly, it's a car that looks really good, really, the R32. Everyone thinks of the R34, which is more well-known. I think it's because of Fast and Furious or maybe Need for Speed. But the R32 really has a great look, you know? By the way, what we'll also do today in this video is that at the end, we'll take a regular R32 and fully upgrade it to see if this one actually offers, really better performance than the base R32. Or if then, we could just take an R32 put on a similar livery and have a somewhat similar car that isn't a paid DLC and might be just as good. So, let's see, that's finally lap times of 2:41 on the original Top Gear Equinox, which, isn't bad, but it's not that crazy either, you know? It's just average. It's about average for us so far, so let's see if we can improve. There are a few options available. So basically, yeah, that's it, a 2.6-liter six-cylinder, but we can put in the 2.6-liter six-cylinder from the R34, which is less powerful, so maybe with upgrades it's more powerful. We'll see. Otherwise, we can put the 4.8-liter V10. Maybe the one from the LFA, if I'm not mistaken. The twin-turbo V8 from the GR-GT, and the 3-liter V6, that's the engine from the Nissan GT-R. So, potentially, this fully upgraded car will put out more than 1,000 horsepower. There's a good chance with at least one of those engines. Well, yeah. Anyway, I don't know if it will really be useful, since just by upgrading the stock engine we're already getting 1,100 horsepower for a car that weighs 1,100 kilos. So, it should still work well. On which we can put a racing gearbox, and on which, however, there won't be any aesthetic customization. Since the car already has a kit, a body kit anyway, and the car also doesn't have the option to upgrade the tires, since it's already equipped with slick tires. So, technically, it already has the best tires in the game. We'll test it on the same track first, then maybe swap it to try for more power. It's a car that stock won't show, I think. Well, stock, let's say without the swap, won't make it. In category X here, we're at RR 970 and some, so that's a lot. But at first glance, it's not a car that's going to make it to X. Maybe with a swap, we'll see. If we really manage to get more power, maybe Satan, never. It's a bit harder to drive now that we've put 1,100 horsepower in it, though. I think we just reach higher speeds more quickly, especially when we accelerate. The car tends to drift out of its line a bit more, but fortunately, it still has very good braking. That might have even improved since we've lightened the car a little. Up. And I think it's the same for the top speed. We should gain a lot. I think we're going to save a lot of time because, in fact, we have a car that's better everywhere. Better handling in corners, better on the straight, better braking, and a lot more downforce overall. I barely touched the joystick to turn the car and it responded instantly. So, I think that, indeed, this is going to be a car that will go very, very, very fast through most corners. I think this one, with a good setup in S2 class, is potentially a really, really good car. Given the layout of the tracks in Horizon 6, which are more focused on corners than straight lines, we're actually in a really, really good spot. I believe we won't need to slow down or brake much in any of the upcoming corners. Yeah, it works. You can take it almost flat out the whole time, so that's it. Looking at the map, it's a car that's going to perform really well. Guys, we gained 20 seconds. That's a lot. And yeah, for once, it's actually not ranked too badly. It's in the top 3 of the fastest cars that I hate so far, with the upgrades in the game. For now. I mean for now because there's a chance that with the future cars we're going to test, there's definitely a chance that others will rank very high in the standings. So let's do something. We're going to take the regular Nissan R32 that's right here. We're going to upgrade it all the way, and we'll see what we can do to check if the DLC is worth it for now. Or if in the end, we can basically make the same car for free. We're going to test that, and then we'll go try out the DLC car of the day. Fully maxed out, with the most powerful swap available. So the advantage of the regular R32 is that, indeed, it's less powerful. On the other hand, it does have quite a few custom parts on it. There's a Rocket Bunny kit, then there are several Nismo kits, Dolok and Top Secret that are available. They obviously won't have the same look. Obviously, it won't have the same kit as the Group A version we tested today, since this just isn't a race version. It doesn't have exactly the same swaps available, because instead of having the RB26 from the R34 swapped in here, we have the 3.5-liter twin-turbo V8. I don't want to say anything wrong, but I think it's the V8 from the Nissan R390 GT-R. If I'm not mistaken, it's a powerful engine. So, we're going to try to make the best possible setup on it, and then we'll try to make the best possible setup on the Group A R32, and we'll see if, well, we'll just see if it's worth it. So yes, there is still a performance difference between the two. Very clearly, there's 50 more performance points, almost 60 for the Group A version, with the most powerful swap. What you can install on it is the V10 4.8-liter swap that puts out 1,280 horsepower. So 60 more performance index points and still a few differences in the stats. Lower top speed, but on the other hand, much better handling and much better braking. And acceleration, for those parameters, both are at 10. But don't think these are the two best cars in the game. It's just that above a certain level, the cars are at 10 for those points. Even then, some will perform better than others. So yeah, there is still a big difference. And I think it's mainly because the Group A version has aero that works much better in the game. This results in a car that handles better. Although the two look similar, adding the kit to the regular GTR makes it look almost identical. I think that with a blue Nissan livery, it would really be a copy-paste. But the Group A aero kit, plus the fact that it's a little bit lighter, actually gives it a big advantage. Well, let's go with the Nissan Group A then. Full with the V10 from the LFA, which makes a really nasty sound. Well, very nasty in a positive way, you know? Wow, it actually feels strangely more manageable. Now that's weird, I wasn't expecting that because it's even more powerful. It's a bit heavier since the V10 engine weighs more than the 6-cylinder. And actually, strangely enough, the fact that it's heavier gives it a bit more inertia. I find the steering is less sensitive. So I think actually it's not as good in that regard, but it's easier to handle. It's more predictable. I think we'll get a great lap time given how fast it goes. In my opinion, I think we're going to get a top 3 here for sure too. Because this thing is a monster. Honestly, I think this R32 is actually pretty overpowered. And I think it could almost reach 400 km/h in my opinion. Yeah, almost 400 if we had a straight line. A little bit longer, I think it could do it without too much effort. So, the first DLC for Forza Horizon 6 actually looks pretty nice. That won't necessarily be the case for all the cars in the car pass. That's the thing, it's that Forza, when they sell it, and when they sell the premium edition and everything that comes with it, when it's the start of the game like this, when it just came out. Well, we don't know everything we're going to get in the different paid packs. Right now, we don't know what the other cars in the car pass will be. The 2 Forza Horizon 6 expansions are unknown. So it's true they can start with fast, interesting cars, but like in Forza Horizon 4, we could end up with junk cars. So it's true that if all the cars are like that, I think it's worth getting the car pass. Because, well, the Gamera is just so cool. The R32 Group A is really cool too, because it's fast, but also because it's cool that they, have cars that are really official race cars. There are a lot of things like that, even the Corolla GR, the Nissan O-Tech and all that. These are pretty niche things that are nice. But then again, nothing guarantees that it will keep going like this. And actually, for now, we're making a really good time too. We're among the best out there too. Even if it's not the best, we've already done much better than that. Let's just say, much better than that. It's still pretty cool though. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about it. If you own Premium or the Car Pass, what do you think so far about the cars that have been announced? Overall, I think it's positive. Let me know your thoughts. Hope you enjoyed the video. Feel free to like and subscribe for more. Follow me on Twitch. We're going live again tonight on Horizon 6 for more streams. So come follow, don't hesitate and subscribe with Prime on my Twitch channel. It's always appreciated and it really supports my channel. Thanks everyone, see you in the next video. Bye.